Abu Bakr, that's after Muhammad. That's Hazrat Omar. That's Uthman. And that's the infighting under Ali. Now, after Ali, we get the Umayyads. You can see here where you had the under Muhammad, and then under the Rashtuns, the first four Khilafas, and then the Umayyads. Now this is around 730, and you can see the incursions all the way up into Tours and in Paris in France, right? Alright, this is conquest and main expansion of the Umayyad, and the battles are in the stars. So Poitiers, there, Tarsus, they got all the way up over here, and they moved into the Indian subcontinent. And it's very crucial to understand that this is 565 AD, or AD 565, the death of Justinian. All of this, every color that you see on here, is Christian. This part down here, the Ghassanids, those were Monophysite Christians, allied with the Byzantines. But the holy centers were Alexandria, Jerusalem, Antioch. Carthage was a big place. North Africa was, most of the popes came from North Africa for a very long time. You had Constantinople. Anatolia was where most of the cities that Paul wrote to. You had Spain, which was divided between the Visigoths, the Byzantines. You had the indigenous Basques. You had the Frankish people up here who are already converted. You had Lombards. But this was all Christian. Even over here, the Sasanians. The Sasanians over here, that's actually the Lakhmids. And they were Nestorian Christian. And the emperor at the time, his wife Shireen was a Christian. Shireen being a Christian name. So all that you see here is Christian, especially North Africa, Egypt, Syria, and Anatolia and Palestine were the jewels of Christendom. North Africa was probably the most heaviest. They had groups like the Circassilians, the Donatists, fiercely Christian, far more fiercely Christian, far more devotedly Christian than those in the north. These Slavic tribes up here were still mostly pagans, but all this area was Christian, right? And the holy cities, remember, right here. Just keep that in mind for a second. So in less than 100 years, this happened. And it happened by the sword. There were no Muslims in North Africa. They slaughtered their way there. There were no Muslims in the Iberian Peninsula, modern-day Spain and Portugal. They slaughtered their way there. There were no Muslims in Syria, or Palestine, or Anatolia, or Persia. Persia was Zoroastrian. Within 100 years, they moved with the sword. Christianity remained nonviolent for 300 years, enduring persecution. Now, after 450 years of this onslaught, coming up into France, having to be beaten back by Charles Martel, attacking the city of Rome itself, taking the islands of Corsica, Sardinia, Sicily, piracy, mass enslavement. After 450 years, let me get that date exact. Hold on. Correction. 435 years of nonstop conquest, mass murder, rape, enslavement, subjugation, destroying of whole cities, destroying of whole cultures. A new sultan arose, and he destroyed the most sacred spot in Christianity, the Church of Holy Sepulchre. He destroyed it, and he massacred all the Christian pilgrims in Jerusalem. At the same time, Alexius Comnenus, the emperor of the Byzantine Empire, whose city was surrounded, Constantinople, and it was about to fall, asked for 500 knights. So the Pope of Rome, Urban II, asked for 500 knights to go over and help the besieged city, as well as protect the pilgrims going to Jerusalem. And they did. Actually, they liberated Jerusalem. And these city-states of Antioch, Acre, Edessa, and Jerusalem only last for about 200 years. And they protected Christians going on pilgrimage there. And that was it. It was extremely delayed response and a very mild response to over 4 centuries of rape, theft, murder, conquest, subjugation, and genocide. But, Islam's a religion of peace, and, Christianity, so warlike. Ridiculous.